Hello and welcome, my poopy puppy pants. How you doing today? It is Super John Bombo here, and today's a little bit of a different video for you guys. I just realized there's still a lot of people out there that are just joining in on BTD6. You know, I kind of assume the people have been following me for a long time. They're kind of like 2-year kind of people. They've played BTD6 since launch, and they want to see the coolest, craziest things in the game. But what I'm realizing is that there's a lot of just normal people out there who are just learning the game, who don't realize that there's a very, very easy way to beat a lot of chimps maps, man. And today, I'm going to show you guys one of the coolest new strategies in the game today, right now for you guys. It's going to be pretty legit, I guess. I don't know, it's legit, I think people still say. I sound so old sometimes, you know? What are these kids saying these days? No, I'm just joking, guys. But I've been around for BTD6 for, since launch, obviously. That was in, I believe, June of 2018. Whew! Baby, man. 2.5 years of BTD6 going on in here. What the heck? That is ridiculous. But regardless, what we've got going on today is we're going to show you guys a pretty awesome strategy. Chimps is not that difficult. All you got to do is you got to pop a ninja down here. Ninjas don't work on every single map, and if they don't, one thing you can do is you can pop down a dart monkey in between all of this, because this is kind of the part where you might be able to afford what you need, but you might not be able to afford what you need, depending on where you place your ninja or where you can actually get the popping power from. So if this doesn't work, though, one single solitary dart monkey should be enough on most maps to kind of keep this under control here. But one thing I want you to watch out for is I actually don't want you to put your dart monkey right next to your ninja. You're going to pick the best spot for your ninja, and you put your dart monkey in sort of like a off in the, not the wilderness, but just off somewhere else just so we can actually do some stuff. And then we want to get our hero as fast as possible, and we're going to go for Adora. Beautiful. All right, we're freaking set, man. G to the G. No joke, guys. This might be the easiest chimp strategy of all time. I'm here to show it to you guys, so, you know, maybe I should patent this puppy or something like that, man. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to speed this up a little bit now that we've got kind of the baseline going for us. So give me 1 second. I'm just going to minimize everything on the screen for myself. And hopefully that speeds it up just a little bit here. So all you have to do for this strategy, it's quite simple. You want to do a Ninja Adora base. All right, now this is why this strategy frickin' works, man. This base is the most wonderfully base, awesome combo in the history of the world. All right, the only weakness to Adora is realistically camos and purples. All right, and the only weakness, or the best strengths of the ninja are literally purples and camo. So you get these two guys together. Oh my god, are they sexy, man. They are the sexiest combo in the history of the world. You pop these guys down. You kind of just upgrade them at your will, man. I would definitely go for a 402 ninja. You want to get as many shurikens as you can out of this guy. Get the secret shuriken, it's going to increase your pop power a lot. Get the Caltrop, it's going to increase your pop power a lot. And then go all the way up to Bloon Jitsu here. Now, where it gets a little bit wild is if you want to go really fancy on it, you could try to do like a village and like get your camo detection going and everything, but like that can come down the line, man. We're just gonna play seriously a solid strat for you guys, and it's coming along very nice so far. So and what are the weaknesses to the ninja? Oh, can't pop lead balloons. All right, well that kind of sucks. Well, Adora can pop lead balloons. The only type of balloon that these guys can't pop together are going to be camo lead balloons. But that doesn't come until round 59. I mean, it's not like we're fighting against the grain here, man. It's just it's a great combo. So what they did was they did recently nerf the Alchemist. They made the top path Alchemist more expensive here. The strategy's not quite as amazing as it used to be, but it's still pretty freaking solid, man. It's the cheapest, best popping power you can get for the price. Just 100%. There's no arguing. It just is, okay? Cheapest, best popping power you can get for the price. We spent, what, $5 grand on this guy total. We spent $1,000 on Adora. We spent maybe $10,000 total on this entire defense here. And I believe that we could probably go up to around 59 without spending almost any more money. I think we could do it. I really do. But, of course, we're going to keep buying things, man. He's great against, both these guys are great against Moabs, fantastic against Bloons. Realistically, the Bloon pop power comes all from this Alchemist here. So here's our stronger sim. Now, another thing that's kind of interesting here is that the Alchemist now has cross paths that are actually going to be benefits for us. So stronger acid and perishing potions are usually the better frost path here. You're going to get more alchemizing power out of your alchemist, basically. So that's what I want out of my alchemist. More alchemizing power. So not, it's not an advantage right now, but later on it will be when we get more stuff going on. All right, here's the first mob. You're going to see the first test for us. Let's see what these guys can do. We are going to use Adora's ability, just to be safe out of here. But you can tell, look at that, man. Doesn't even get past Adora's little butthole right. I mean, what? No, I mean, what? Not past her hands. All right, anyways, we're going to go for a village now. So the great thing about the village here is that for the rest of the game, we know we're going to get the buffs out of this village for every single tower we build. So if you've got the money for it right now, heck yeah, dude, get it going. So we're going to get a top path Jungle Drums village, and we're also going to get the radar scanner. This is a little bit overkill at this point in the game because you don't really need it, all right? Like, as straight as you possibly can be, you don't really need the radar scanner. A lot of people would say, just skip it, because you're going to see my next tower here, which is going to be the most amazing, delicious tower east of the Mississippi. It's the Wizard! All right, here we go. So we got the Wizard all flowing for us now. What we're going to do is we're going to get a bottom path, all right? So we're going to get him. He's kind of weak at his low levels. All the way to 3rd tier. I mean, he's getting some cannon detection here, but it wasn't something we needed. But when we get the unpopped army, you're going to see now we're going to start to get a lot of popping power right up here. We're actually going to go for a Fireball Wall of Fire combo wizard up in here. And then, believe it or not, we're actually going to save all the way up for a Prince of Darkness. This is $26,000 tower here, but trust me, it's going to be worth it for you guys. Now, in this map in particular, you're going to notice that the balloons are kind of spawning in almost the exact same spot. And they're sort of ending in almost the exact same spot. He's a cleanup tower. He's not a brute force killing power. He's a cleanup tower. We do want these to be here, though. That is like the perfect spot. You want your wizard in the front where he can absorb the balloons dying. And you want the balloons coming in the back where he can just sort of finish them all off here. Yeah. All right. Perfect. If you guys don't know how this guy works, though, let's explain it really quick. The unpopped army is going to have a graveyard count. So any balloons that die within his range, he doesn't need to kill them, but any balloons that die within his range are going to go into the graveyard count here. It maxes out at 500. The higher the graveyard count, the more undead army of balloons we're going to create here. So this is going to allow us to be in the front of the map where we're killing a lot of the balloons, but still make our undead army in the back of the map where we want to clean all these guys up. All right, like I'm saying, guys, I don't know if you remember it, but I'm not even getting that much popping power out of Jackler. Only 5,000 pops so far. My ninja's at 30k, Taco, and Adora's at almost 18,000 at this point. And again, only spent $1,000 on her right away. That is solid. That's what you want your hero to do, man. One thing that I will say, though, is that this strategy does make you rely on other towers for late game. Adora is not the best late game hero. All right, for sure. She's not. Okay. So this would be actually a little bit of a difficult level. 59, we should decamelize them with our 3rd path wizard here, 3rd tier wizard. We should be able to pop them with our alchemized ninja here. But if you didn't get this radar scanner here for whatever reason, you have a, like, 0.002% chance of dying. Like, it's the smallest chance ever, but it's possible. So we got, once you get a Prince of Darkness, now this is where it gets kind of interesting. You're going to notice we're really not doing almost any popping power right now. Like, getting nothing out of here. But now we got a Moab popping up in here. We got another Moab popping up in here. You're going to notice our graveyard over here is going to start to skyrocket. And we're going to start to get these big, beef-tastic Moabs and even BFBs popping out over here, man. There's going to be nothing sneaking through. Even round 63, a usually fairly difficult round, will just get absolutely obliterated. This guy's buff is pretty solid. I've been liking him. I've been enjoying him as an asset to my team here. For sure. And you got to think about the position as well, all right? The position, all the balloons that pop in this gigantor range over here are going to get, popped in our graveyard right there. I don't know if I mentioned this, but he does max out at 3,000 graveyard, and he's got a weird big buffety bonus on round 80+ now. He used to not have anything 80+. He used to be kind of weak 80+, so buying this guy in Chimps mode was kind of like a disaster. But nowadays, he is pretty solid. He gets that extra buff, he gets that extra bonus, and ends up being a pretty good asset to your team. Now here's the cream of the butter, guys. We're churning some butter today. Let's churn it up, take our milk, and make some delicious butter, and maybe make some cheese out of the excess stuff over there, all right? We're going to pop in a delicious Mortar. Pop this guy right here. I'm going to throw him right over here. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And now this is where it gets a little interesting. Cross paths now actually do matter. Used to be faster reload, super fast reload every single time. Pop it out every single time. But now, the Bernie stuff can actually do more damage. But I still think the rapid reload, if you're going for a biggest one, is going to be the better upgrade for us today. I want to make sure that every single balloon, every single time we have the ability to hit a balloon, we're going to hit a balloon. I don't want to mistake and be like, oh, well, he's stronger, but he screwed up at the wrong time here. So I'm going to go for that bigger blast here. We're going to set him up as a 4-2-0 for now, and we're going to save up another 30 grand here for the biggest one. So right now, our position is just kind of in the middle of this triangle. Once we get the biggest one, though, we can kind of just put him almost anywhere. Toss him right in the middle here, toss him a little bit more to the front. If you really want to micro with him, I mean, you can. Don't forget that if you're playing on Steam, you can press tab and just tab them all over the place, you know, just like do massive quantities of micro. You can literally just like go wherever the heck you want as long as you're good at it, you know. I'm not that crazy, and I think we're going to be just fine with our current popping power, so we're just going to go with this fluffy boy right here. Make a little bit of smoke for us. JB, doing great, man. Okay, so now that we're here, hopefully you guys are enjoying this chimp strategy guide. By the way, if you are, pretty please press that like button for me. If you guys are interested in certain types of videos, please let me know what you want to see. I'm still working on my random mod series. I'm trying to figure out how I want to kind of continue this series. It's tough for me, man. I had this like idea in my head, and I was like, it's not really working the way I wanted it to. So I'm a little lost. I got to figure it out for you guys. But regardless, it should come. It should come at some point, hopefully. So you go around 76. Whoop, whoop. There we go, 77. Realistically, the big money rounds are going to be 80 to 85, you know? Those are big BFP balloon levels for just kind of regular-ish balloons coming out. You can usually pop pretty easily with just some regular old strategies. And we're going to rock this. Now, this is also going to be a black chimps metal guide for you guys. Now, there is the ability to have a not black chimps metal buy if you end up being like, oh crap, I'm losing. You can really quick just press home, and you can continue in chimps mode. You can't continue after you die, but if you're going to die, this is a little quick trick for you guys, man. If you're gonna die, press escape real quick, or press the settings button up here and exit out of the game. Come on back. The game should let you in, no problem. And you can continue, but for chimps, it does suck. If you do a continue at any point, you only get the red chimps medal. If you do a full run through all the way through without pressing continue, you get the black chimps medal. And if you get a black chimps medal, you can black border a map, but if you only get the red chimps medal, you can only gold border a map. Now that is not really that big of a deal, but like for some people, you know, if you only have gold borders, like what? A lot of people like the black maps, or black borders, man. So we go, we're gonna go biggest one here. And we're also gonna go, this is actually one weakness to this guy right here. If he's not popping balloons directly, you can end up running out of steam, basically. Running out of balloons to pop over here, and it could be a pretty big deal for us. So we're gonna go for every ability we got. The biggest one should take care of these guys, no problem. That's why we got him here, man. That's why we got him here. He does a great job here. And now we're 81 plus. This is where he gets his buff. All right, I think the buff is that he starts off with like a 500 graveyard or something like that. Just to kind of get going in there. So I am going to micro with my mortar just a tiny bit. I'm going to leave him up here unless I need to move him in the back. But now we can start thinking about what other towers do we want to pop in here. And I think the best safety net of all time is the permaspike. All right? It's not necessarily the best tower. There's other towers you can pop into existence here, but I currently like the permaspike. It makes me feel good about myself. So that's what we're going to do, guys. We're going to throw down a permaspike in the back. If any balloons are going to sneak through, this guy's here to save the day. Going to go for a bottom path 4th tier. This is where it gets a little tricky, though. You can either decide to go for red hot spikes or an even faster production. If you're worried about DDTs, you want to go red hot spikes, but there's a little trick for you guys here. You can go faster production, even faster production, but you pop down a quick low-level Alchemist here. A 1-2 acidic mixture dip Alchemist, and this guy will have DDT popping power for the rest of the game. It's still going to cost you a solid $1,000 here, but it's going to give you so much extra popping power with even faster production that it's totally worth it. All right, Totally worth it. So we got 2 Zombie Gods coming in. You can tell this is like the weakness to this guy right here. He's running out of graveyard. So we're gonna pop down Adora's thingamabob here. Hopefully it's gonna keep on popping these Bloons. Looks good. Even with the weakness, oh my god, it's nothing. It's nothing. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So definitely going to go for a Purple Spike next. Then you can gotta decide what you want to get. I think the main thing is we have to worry about the bad balloon. The regular balloons, we got them covered, man. This guy pops. This is a cleanup guy. Don't forget, Adora and our ninja are not doing nothing. 100,000 pops, that's ridiculous. 80,000 pops, that's ridiculous. But the biggest one, he's going to really start to be the star. He's already got 150k, you know? Like, you can realize, he is a pretty powerful tower, to say the least, man. So another thing about the Mortar that you might not realize is it's very difficult to see exactly where the popping is going to. But the way I like to think about it is, if you can't really tell for sure, look at the shockwave. You can kind of see where the shockwave sort of ends, and it's almost half the map, man. It's almost half the map, and that's, you know, that's just the way you can be like a general judge of yourself here. So realistically, my positioning here is hoping that I'm getting a little bit of pop power over here, getting all of my pop power down here, and of course getting at least over here, and you know, kind of the edge over here. If I don't move them at all, I'm still going to pop balloons all the way down to this corner down here. All right, absolutely beautiful. Still doing a great job here for us. The only times you're going to have to actually do any sort of micro whatsoever are like those really tough high balloon levels, like round 80, 85, I think 97 as well. You've got 2 reinforced Oh My Gods coming in as well, so you have to do something about that. You can tell those were DDTs coming in here, guys. We don't have the MIB right now. I should totally mention that. There is no MIB action. All right, but we do have an Adora that can pop lead balloons, and she's cam detected, so that's pretty awesome. We've got our biggest one, which doesn't really attack DDTs, but we do have this guy, who is probably the best DDT popper in the free game. All right, here we go. So like I said, if DDTs were a really, really big deal, this would be like the absolute key to everything, would be Permaspike, but we've already kind of got it covered. It's almost like a second layer of awesomeness. That's what we got going for us today, baby. Here's the second layer of awesomeness, so even if a DDT sneaks through, we still got it covered all the way in the back. I'm trying to do this like with the least amount of towers possible, but it doesn't really matter that much. I mean, at this point, like, you're so awesome, there's almost nothing that can really kill you, except for maybe, just maybe, the bad balloon. Realistically, even if you do nothing, this Permaspike should take down the bad balloon and all of its contents inside down to nothing, alright? But we're going to play it a little safe here. We're going to pop down an extra tower here. We're going to throw down a quick Alchemist over... we'll keep him in range of the village if I can. If I can. Yeah, we're going to throw him right there, and we're going to go for a middle path, unstable concoction. And then it doesn't really matter which one you go for, but I'm going to go for a faster throwing acid pool here. We're going to throw this guy on strong. That should help us just get rid of a couple extra Moabs in here. We've got the damage already, but I'd like to be a little safe about it. And then to finish this off, guys, we're going to get a lot of money coming up in these next few rounds here. I'm going to go for... let's see. I think I'll have enough money for it. I'm going to go for a Moab Eliminator if possible. If not, I'm just going to build a couple Moab Assassins for the bad balloon. But I think we should be able to afford it. We got 2 more rounds to go. We only need, you know, $13,000. That's like nothing at this point in the game. And we can actually use it right now to help ourselves out. That's a nice bonus, too. Heck yeah, dude. Heck to the you. All right, so we actually are going to move our biggest one up just a little bit here. You can tell that the Alchemist really helped us out right there. I don't know if you guys noticed, but when those balloons exploded, they turned into almost nothingness. All right, we got one of the toughest rounds in the game. Also a big money giver, though. Don't forget about that. It's big on monies here. Still have not used our Permaspike at all. He's got 0 pops, so don't forget that that is a hugely awesome, amaze-tastic safety net for us here if we need it. And it doesn't matter. It looks like we're going to take it down. We are going to afford our Moab Eliminator here for this last round, too, which is beautiful. And these DDTs should get taken down by our fantastic guy right here. And everything is perfect. We do a great job here. We do it by only $1,000, though. That is a close match, man. I would say if you're at all, you know, worried about not being able to afford it, to be able to build a Dart Monkey, or like something extra beyond that, just build like 4 or 5 of 3 or 4 of the 4th tiers instead, and that should be just as good, man. There we go, take him down, use all our abilities here, and we, of course, own Chimps mode for you guys. One of my best Chimp strategies of all time here for you guys, right now, right here. Moab Alchemist the crap out of these guys, and we clean them up for a beautiful 1-0-0 Buccaneer, baby. Woo! There he is. Alright, so if you guys enjoyed the video, again, pretty please press that like button for me. I'd really appreciate it. Subscribe if you haven't, and of course, have a super duper delicious day.